Hello, my name is Carolina Villanueva Suarez, and this is Voice de Chennai. Mi fiel compañero. So a little bit about myself. I was born in Spain, but I moved to over 14 countries. And the one thing that has been constant through all of the change in my life is always my love and my passion for these amazing creatures. No one in my family rides horses, actually. It started when I moved to Holland, that I just walked around a stable, and from that moment on, when I got on the first horse, it was just a passion that grew inside me. Always loves the light. And since then, every single place that I've been to, and especially the United States, which is where I really grew as a person and as a rider, is where I started to become more serious about the sport and compete on the team for children and juniors. When I was 18, I thought I had my life figured out. I was going to study in my dream school in the United States. One day, I received a call from a member of the Spanish Federation, discussed a bit, and there was no promises made. There was no, nothing promised for the future, but it was just this idea that was planted inside my head that said, I see that said, would you ever move to Spain and represent your country? So, of course, Carolina Villanueva Suarez, I'm Spanish, I'm not American, and for me, the biggest pride that one can have is to represent your nation, to represent your people, and to come back home, right? Because at the end of the day, all my family lives in northeast Spain. So I think something that really defines me is that I don't know how I'm gonna get there, I just know I will, and I think that's the beauty of this sport, of these amazing best friends, that we do it together, we grow together, and we make each other happy by reaching our dreams as a team. And my short-term goals currently is to really solidify myself in the top level of the sport. So really grow, compete more at 150, 160 level. It's been a privilege for me. I have a horse named Benisto that allowed me to compete in various different qualifiers last year. That was when I blew out my candles, my 22nd birthday candles. I made a wish and I said I want to jump a Grand Prix of 160, and it came true just 1 month after my birthday in May last year. So it was surreal. My long-term goals are to represent Spain at the highest level, to become an Olympic show jumper. And this actually has been my goal since I was 4. So the other day I was cleaning out some boxes with my father, and we saw a little piece of crumpled paper that looked like it was, 20 years old, which it was. And it said, it was written in Holland, in Dutch, when I looked at Holland, and it said, "What is your dream?" And I turned it around and it said, Carol, with, my age, and it said to become an Olympian, obviously spelled completely incorrectly, okay, but I was, 6 years old, and I think that it's the biggest honor, not only for your country, but in my case for my family that have sacrificed so much so that I can do the sport, not only dedicating time, but also love, not knowing anything about the sport, giving me the opportunities. It's never always been like this. It's not always as beautiful as it looks, and we've stuck together, the 3 of us, my mom, my dad, and I. They've always believed in me, and without them, I wouldn't be not even half of who I am today, and of course in the sport I wouldn't be being able to live out this dream, so it would be an incredible honor just to thank them and in the best way. Before becoming a part of the Scuderia 1918 talent team, the sport was really based on individualism, right? Our results, and I say individualism thinking about individually between, you know, my horses and I, my team and I, right? But not really anyone externally. And this program has completely just changed my vision on the definition and the true meaning of teamwork. This is because the very first day that we came here, there was only one question that was asked to us. And then when they sat us down in the office and he said, you know, what are your hi boys? He wants to be a part of the band. He's the real the real crack, so he should be in French. No. As I was saying, the first day that no, that was you. I'm sorry. The first day that we came to this program, Emanuele sat us up, the three of us in that office, and he said, I just have one question. What is your dream? Right? And without knowing each other, we didn't speak to not even one word, just maybe hello and bye. The three of us said the same thing, the Olympic Games. So instantly from the first day, we were three individuals that were united by the same goal and the same passion, which are horses. Being able to be at this program, it's fully immersive. I mean, it's, you know, 10, 12 hours a day. We're always together. We're always making jokes, and we're always with the horses. It's really redefined my idea, you know, of the importance that that teamwork plays. Why? Because, as Scuderia 1918 always says, team always wins, and when one has a bad day, the other two are always there to uplift the other one. We have different strengths, so while I may be more extroverted, Ferrante may be more introverted, but we complement each other. And Lorenzo is always kind of in the middle point, and he does so many different things, of course, being at the top level to different sports. So we learn from each other, and I think that's the beauty. At the end of the day, when I was given this possibility of being able to form a part of the talent team, I never thought back once or had my doubts, which is weird because I'm super competitive. And for me, 1 month off away from competitions was like, oh my goodness. But there was just something, just like the same intrinsic feeling I had when I received the call from the Spanish team that said, you know, this is where you have to be, and this is going to provide a value that is unmatched for your career and also as a person. Hi. Hi guys!